What is going on, everybody? I am back. Wow, it feels like it has been a very, very long time since I last published a YouTube video. I think it's been like 3 weeks. And for anyone that follows me on Instagram or anywhere else, you'll know that the reason behind that is for the last 12 or 13 days, I have been away in Sweden, completely without any technology, nothing like that, doing a Vipassana meditation retreat. So this video will be very different from my usual kind of digital marketing, personal branding, entrepreneurship videos, but the purpose of this channel is to help you guys out, but also document my story too. And I thought today I would share my story of what the last few weeks has been like on this 10-day Vipassana meditation retreat. So that's what today's video is going to be all about. So let's just get straight into things. First of all, what is Vipassana? Why did I go? And what's it all about? So Vipassana is it's a meditation technique. It's a technique of meditation. Now, if you want to learn more about Vipassana, I'm probably not the best person to give you teachings and guidance. I would recommend doing your own research, reading books about Vipassana, but more importantly, if you are interested in it, just going and sitting and doing a 10-day course. But basically, in its essence, very quickly, because I don't want this video to become like half an hour, 40 minutes long, Vipassana is a meditation technique that was thought to be taught by Buddha many, many centuries ago, has been passed down through generation to generation, and it's a technique of meditation based on full body scans. So rather than manipulating your own breath or just focusing on the breath, it's a technique based around full body scans, and it goes much deeper than just a full body scan though. It's all about kind of connecting with your deeper mind and your deeper consciousness, and realizing how your sensations, your emotions, your feelings, how they affect your mind, and how you can start to reclaim control of what people call your subconscious mind, which actually I've discovered over the last 10 days, your subconscious mind isn't really subconscious. It can be delved into, it can be programmed and reprogrammed, and in its essence, as quickly as possible, that's what Vipassana meditation is. Now, the way that you learn Vipassana meditation is by going on a Vipassana meditation course or retreat. And those courses are 10 days long, or 10 full days, but then also a day of arriving and a day before you leave. So it's kind of like 12 days, but 10 full days. And during those 10 days, the retreats are usually somewhere like away from a city, somewhere quiet, somewhere peaceful. So my retreat that I attended was at a place called Dhamma or Sobhanna in Sweden, and that was based just outside this small town called Ödeshög, which was about 2.5 hours on a fast train from Stockholm. So it was in the middle of the countryside, in the middle of nowhere in Sweden, a very quiet, peaceful, beautiful center. And for those 10 days, you have no access to technology, so no phones, no computers, nothing like that. You actually hand all of those in when you arrive. You have you're not supposed to take a notepad or a journal, no books to read, basically nothing. You basically remove yourself from every single possible distraction that you can think of, and spend 10 days at this retreat. And then the next kind of caveat of this is that it is completely silent. It's a silent retreat. So the day that you arrive, you can talk and you get to know who you're going to be sharing your bedroom with, for example, for a couple hours, and you have a group dinner together. There was about 80 people that did this course, 40 males, 40 females, and males and females are separated also. So we met who we were sharing our rooms with for the 10 days. We had a big group dinner where we all got to talk. And then after that, it begins a period of what's called noble silence. So for the next 10 days, no communication with anybody else. So no talking, no eye contact, no body movements or body language. Nothing like that. Apart from 1 hour every single day, if you wish, you can go and ask the teachers some questions and have interviews with the teachers, but that's it. So it was 10 days of complete noble silence. And then the way that the course is structured, again, without giving away too much, because like if you do have any kind of interest in Vipassana, the best way is to honestly just go and do a course, because everyone's experience is different. So what I experience is different to what you may experience. But for the first 3.5 days, you don't actually start with the Vipassana meditation technique. You start with a simpler technique called Anapana, which is simply focusing on the breath and observing the breath, not manipulating the breath, just observing the breath and focusing on this area between your nostrils and the top of your lip, the top of your lip. And so we spent 3 days just doing that. And the meditation periods were also very long. So the days were early. There was an alarm that woke us up, or a gong it was, that woke us up at 4 a.m. every morning. And then lights out was 9:30 p.m. every evening. And we would basically have a very set plan or routine throughout every single day. And it ended up with about 10 to 12 hours of meditation every single day, with a break for like breaks between sittings of a couple of minutes or 5 minutes. Each sitting is normally an hour to 2 hours. So there'll be a break of a couple of minutes between each sitting. And then at 6 a.m., there is a breakfast break for an hour. And at 11 a.m. there is lunch. And then at 5 p.m. there is also another break where you don't take a meal, but you take like a couple of pieces of fruit. And that's it. So meditation, very, very long periods, little food, silence, and yeah, so that's in essence what Vipassana is and how the courses are kind of structured. As I said, I could go into way more depth, but I don't want this to become a super long video. I'm here to record this because I know that over the next few weeks, over the next few months, a lot of you that watch these videos will ask me about the meditation retreat, or people that I meet will ask me about the retreat, and I just wanted to be able to funnel everyone to this video so that I don't have to spend tons and tons of time explaining the same story and stuff like that. But in terms of my experience, it was very, very rewarding, let's put it that way. So during the 10 days, I experienced many different emotions, many different feelings. The first 2 days for me were absolutely horrible. I found them extremely difficult. I thought about leaving a couple of times, not seriously, but the thought of leaving came into my mind. And I think that was solely because it was just such a huge pattern interrupt. I'm always working on my computer or with my phone or on social media. I've never meditated for more than 10-15 minutes at a time, and now I was meditating for 10 hours a day. And you really were just thrown into things, right? So the first 2 days were very difficult for me because I started to question why I was actually doing this retreat. I started to question whether I can continue to meditate for this long every single day, whether I can continue to go all this time without talking to anyone, whether I can go this time without talking to Celia, my girlfriend, or my parents, or my friends. And I remember after the very first day, it was 6 p.m, so I'd already meditated for like maybe 7 or 8 hours, and I still had another 3, 4, 5 hours to go. And I was sitting on my bed in my room, and I was thinking, wow, I don't know if I can carry on with this. Like, I feel like I've been here for 6 years already, and it's not even been a whole day. So for me personally, the first 2 days were extremely difficult. But then it started to become not easier, because of course it was a challenging experience, but I started to notice things. So I started to become very in tune with my own body, because you spend a lot of time focusing on basically just sitting there doing body scans, focusing on what you're feeling in your body, what sensations are coming through, how you then deal with those sensations, how you react to them, and how these sensations, and how you deal with them, and how you react with them, and how you deal with craving, feelings of cravings and feelings of aversion, how you deal with that actually deeply impacts your subconscious mind, which then impacts the ways that you make decisions in your life, the way that you talk to people, the way that you feel. And I really started to experience a deep connection with myself and with my body and with my mind over the next few days, which was incredible. Now, day 6 or 7, I think it was, I did hit this huge kind of roadblock, where that was also a very difficult day for me, but for other reasons, because I really struggled mentally. I found that I had a lot of deep-rooted emotions that were resurfacing, and old memories from years and years and years ago that were resurfacing that I wasn't happy about, I wasn't proud of. I didn't enjoy the way I acted in those moments, and these things were resurfacing, and I didn't even know that they were still inside my brain or inside my body. Like, I thought I'd forgotten about these things and moved on from these things, and I realized that actually I hadn't. And that day was very, very, very difficult. Lots of negative emotions, negative feelings. So yeah, day 6 or day 7 was extremely tough. But then from there on in, the last few days were great. Obviously they weren't a walk in the park because it was still difficult, but they were really, really great. And I feel like now I've connected with myself at a much deeper level. I've connected with my subconscious mind a lot more. I have a different mindset and way of thinking already about the way that I just do things in general day-to-day life. And I know that this is only going to improve with constant practice, because of course doing a 10-day retreat, you really immerse yourself in a technique, but 10 days, even though it was over 100 hours of meditation, it's still a very short period of time to learn something. So I know that my feelings and usage of this technique will only continue to develop as time goes on and as practice continues. So I have to maintain that practice, because I felt some incredible like short-term benefits immediately through being able to connect with my mind, my body a lot more, being able to process those deep emotions, realize what's truly important to me. Also, I now feel like with my work and with business, I will be able to focus a lot more. Over the last couple of months, my focus has been lacking sometimes, and sometimes I haven't had a clear vision of why I'm doing exactly what I'm doing, and now I feel like I have a much clearer picture, and I'm very, very excited about that. But I know that the more longer term benefits, the benefits from my day-to-day life, I will start to see those as time goes on, because I only got home last night. Like yesterday I was still meditating at 6 a.m. in the morning, and then the course finished, and then I had to travel home from Sweden. So everything is still very, very fresh. I still have a lot to process. I think I still need a few days to process some of these experiences that I went through and emotions, but I thought a really good way to do that would be to sit down in front of this camera and share my experience with you, but also just share it with myself, right? Because it was an incredible experience. So I would recommend Vipassana to so many people. Like, of course, it depends on your situation. For me, the reason I decided to do Vipassana, there's a few. The first one is that it was recommended to me by a couple of people that I really look up to or really respect. That was one. The other one was I really just love to sometimes push my boundaries and do crazy things and really challenge myself. And 10 days of complete silence, meditating for 10 hours a day, not speaking to anyone, that was pushing my boundaries. And I'm wearing the Yes Theory t-shirt today, Seek Discomfort. That was seeking a lot of discomfort. So that was another reason. The other one was that I'd been practicing meditation on and off for the last year and a half, maybe 2 years. But I've never been consistent, and I've never felt like I really understood what I was doing or really had a purpose behind my meditation. Whereas now I really have that. I have a clear technique that I understand, a technique that I know, and just a deeper connection with my meditation. So those are the reasons why I wanted to do it. But coming out, what I've taken away is, yes, I feel like I have a better focus when I'm working, but I will have a better connection with people, better relationships with people, better relationship with myself, because I have this much deeper understanding. And for me, it was just a huge journey over those 10, 12 days, and something that I really enjoyed. So yeah, if any of you watching this are considering Vipassana, please send me some questions. Drop a comment down below with any questions that you have. Even if you're not considering Vipassana, if you have questions about the retreat or the course or the meditation technique that I didn't answer in this video, or even my experience, drop a comment down below and I will get back to every single one of you. And yeah, I'll be back with some more personal branding, business, digital marketing related videos soon. And if you are new here, if this is the first time you've watched one of my videos, I really appreciate it. Thank you. If you enjoyed it, press that like button, and please, please, please subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate every single one of you that subscribe to this. I want to make a point of connecting with more of you, because it's great to see my subscriber numbers increasing. I think we'll hit 600 soon, but that is 600 people, and I want to connect with as many of you as possible and help you out. So if you're new here, or even if you've subscribed and watched a few videos but you've never said hello, drop a comment down below, and yeah, I will see you all again very soon for another video.